Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye has friends. No, really, Jeff has friends. Jeff's friends are on this podcast. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship.
Friendship.
Welcome back to Jeff Dye's Friendship Podcast. We've got a doozy for you this week. This week we invite in, we have in, we got in, we booked in the funny, hilarious, the weird, the wild BIL DWYER. This guy is one of my favorite people. I don't know if he knows this story, but when I first started comedy, I wanted to be a stand-up comedian so bad that I went into this place to like do an open mic, and I was afraid they wouldn't put me on stage unless if I had never done it before. So I was like, oh well, I'll just lie and say that I've done a ton of stand-up comedy. But since I didn't know a lot about stand-up comedy, and all the people I knew were like dead, like Richard Pryor or like, you know, any of the old George Carlin or these kind of type of people that they knew I wouldn't have known. They said, hey, how's it going? I was like, yeah, I just want to do the open mic. And they're like, okay. And I was like, I just moved here from California. I don't know why I said that. It's a total lie. And then I go, he goes, oh, really? And I go, yeah, I tour with Dane Cook and I work with BIL DWYER. Because BIL DWYER at the time was on BattleBots, and Dane Cook was like the most famous stand-up comedian in the world. And then the guy that worked at the comedy club was like, okay, well, come on in, sign this thing. And I signed my name on the paper. No idea why I made that lie. And they knew pretty quick that I was full of shit. But BIL DWYER has been a part of my comedy journey. And then I moved to Los Angeles, became friends with him, and he's one of the best dudes. Ended up working with him in Alaska, where we got to hang out for a few nights in a row. And we've become buddies ever since, drinking buddies. And he's just one of the funniest dudes. So I asked him right when I got this podcast if he'd do the podcast. And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll do your weird little podcast thing. Like, and it seemed like sarcastic or patronizing. Whereas like Chris Porter like texted me right away, who was on that same trip. Like, yeah, I'll do a podcast. He was episode 4. And Arden Marine, who was on the exact same tour with us, she's like, oh, I'd love to do your podcast. Like you mentioned Alaska. She was episode 5. We're at episode 62, or 58 weeks or 57 weeks later, and we finally got BIL DWYER on, and he is just a wild guy, fun guy. His dog is also in the house, farting and eating ass and licking and humping Tony. It's a wild ride. If you wait, you get 2 for the price of 1. You know, if you're willing to wait, you get BIL DWYER and his big-headed dog named Goon. You guys are going to love this. If you're subscribed to Patreon, thank you very much. We love you guys so much, and because of you, we're able to get the good quality film that we have now. We're very excited with the new look of the video and stuff like that. If you want to be a subscriber to Patreon, you can watch this podcast that you're listening to right now. You also get free comedy club tickets to all of my stand-up comedy shows on the road, free for you and whoever you bring. So you just basically subscribe, watch the podcast each week, and when I come to your town, message me and I'll leave you tickets. Had great shows this last week in Vegas. Big shout out to all the people that came. Love you guys. And what else was I going to say? Oh, if you're just listening on iTunes, you don't want to pay any money, that's great. We love you guys too. If you're on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast, just know we're happy that you're just listening. Forget about paying for it. We're very happy you listen to it. But don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Try to bump us up that list. Yeah, we love all you guys. Enjoy BIL DWYER and his farty dog, Goon.
Nice.
Look at that. A true professional.
Right, because a lot of guys will ask, hey, why did we clap?
Yeah, they say, what is that about?
I would send that guy right out.
I let them stay, but
Wait,
we shamed them for 45 minutes straight.
Are we starting?
We're in.
Okay.
This is how this goes.
You know, most podcasts usually start with guys going, Hey everybody, what's the date again today?
Yeah.
What's the date?
What episode is this?
Wait,
to
yeah.
the producer.
What episode? Yeah. Oh, 17, 18. 17, 18, 16?
Dwyer? Dyer. I'm so excited to have you on this. In fact, when I first started this,
Please tell everybody who I am.
no, they already know, and I'm going to talk about you in the intro, how much I love you and how much
Okay.
I admire you and how great you are. But when I first started the podcast, I had just recently gone to this gig in Alaska with Bill Dwyer, Arden Marine, Chris Porter, and Jerry from Alaska. But I'm trying to think, was that all the comics?
Jerry Evans?
Jerry Evans.
How
yeah,
about the Glenner? How about Glenn Anderson?
Glenner. Yeah, but they were already in Alaska. We came to meet them.
And
Jamie Kilstein? No.
Jamie Loftus.
Loftus. Very
Yes.
funny guy. We didn't see a lot of him, but we were going around.
Well, he lives up in Alaska.
Yeah. We
He went
we
up there.
traveled.
He went up there to do a Fairbanks gig for Jerry. Fell in love with a waitress and became her.
And married her.
Yeah. By the way, this
That's
guy
not
is
a comedy
This
idea.
guy's accepting mascot applications.
Dude, he's
So if you want him as your mascot,
he should be the enemy of the target dog. You know?
There you go.
yeah,
Like Wario is to Mario as this dog
Oh,
is
right,
to
right.
the target dog.
right, because he's dark, right,
Yeah,
and
and he-
that's evil in
cute.
everything, right?
Yeah.
That's
Well, we
right.
have to be careful when we
In
say it like
television,
that.
but
yeah.
I'm saying in television,
In villains.
yeah.
Darth Vader, very.
Darth
Right.
Vader.
Or they're super white.
Yeah.
And remember Powder?
No, that's real
Remember
life.
him?
He wasn't a
He was
villain.
crazy. Yeah. He'd read books and rape you.
Sorcery
That was Powder.
with the spoon tricks.
Then
Yeah.
he turned into Powder when you
I
tried
don't
to
think Bill
fuck
saw the
him.
movie Powder. I don't think he saw it at all.
Don't see the movie Powder. My explanation of the movie Powder is so much more entertaining than the movie Powder.
Well, but you can't just make up a whole movie and then say
Fuck
that's
you
what that.
can't.
What do you think movies are?
Yeah.
Someone's making them up.
Yeah.
Did you see Prefontaine? Yeah, I get it. Laser fights and guns.
Yeah. That's a good
huge-
Prefontaine. Not some guy died of foot cancer or whatever it was he had. I know. He's a big hero of yours because you're
Oh, he
from the
ran a lot.
Northwest.
No, I don't care for him.
Prefontaine.
Don't need him.
You know what he didn't do enough of? Eat. That's
did-
what
he should've,
Prefontaine should have done.
He should have taken care of his feet.
Yeah, throwing on some pounds. Pound Fontaine.
Well, when we went to Alaska, I was starting this, and I was like, "You guys got to be on it." And you were like, "Yeah, we'll do your." That was like the last thing you said when I got off the plane. Yeah, call us. We'll do your friendship thing.
Of course.
So I was so excited to run into you at the Improv and peer pressure you to do this podcast.
I love how you take your notes at the Improv. It's he uses his phone, and then he's got a
Little stylus.
He's got a stylus
Yeah.
that also has a flashlight on it.
Yeah,
And
a
what's
pen.
crazy
He
is
gave
that
me
I
one of
have
those.
one of those.
You do?
Yeah, I got it from the Joke Joint in Houston.
I ordered like
Try finding a battery for that fucking flashlight.
that flashlight's dead.
My flashlight died, and I was like, "Hey, you got any more of these pens?" No, they're all out. Okay. Anyway, still fun to be here.
I have
The
20
Joke
of
Joint.
those things. I just keep buying them off Amazon. And anytime somebody says like, what is that? And I explain it to them like how much better I like it than my big stupid fingers. Like it's
Yeah.
more specific.
Yeah.
I'm more accurate with it. They're always like, that's weird. And if they have any sort of interest, I just give it to them.
Oh, really?
And then I try to pressure them
He
to
forced
try.
me into taking one.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think. I've done it for Erica Rhodes. I gave one.
It's like that Seinfeld
Court
episode.
McGowan.
You like the pen? Take the pen.
Yeah.
Take it. Take the pen.
That's how I feel. But everybody,
That's a great
they'll, like,
thing to
they'll
do.
I don't know if they're lying or whatever, but they'll be like, "Oh, I've been using it. It's great." But I don't
Yeah.
think they're. I don't think they're
I don't
using
use
it.
mine.
I like to just write my notes sometimes, and I
do
don't
that.
mind. Yeah, I like that too.
But I'm using that thing even for Instagram and all the other stuff. It's not like
What do you have a legal pad for right now? What's up? You got? I mean, do you have notes for me? Are
hard-hitting
those notes for
questions.
me? Or
hard hitting questions. There's some questions that we ask all the podcast guests,
oh, is that right?
and then there's some
so
questions.
you can put together a reel when you guys are lazy. You can put together a
That's a-
best of
that's a
one of
good
those
idea.
That's a
things.
great idea.
I've done one best of.
Here's
but
another great idea. I was at a show where Ron Artest,
yeah.
The
no,
famous
yeah.
comedian
who became
and movie actor.
World
now?
Peace.
Meta World Peace, right?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of World Be Free, like that guy. Lloyd Free became World Be Free,
Yeah.
which is badass.
I
Yeah.
like a guy with a
that
name
would be
like that because
if I
they're tough
became-
to boo.
If I became Bill Me Later, or I don't know what you would be. Something would die, obviously. Jeff, live free or die.
Jeff, ride or die.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
Yeah, and that's what you do. when
Bill
you're-
me later.
Yeah, when you're struggling in your career. Hey, everybody, guess who's got a new persona? It's me, the country comic.
Isn't that Bill DWYER? Not anymore.
No,
now
sir.
It's Bill me
Yeah,
later.
that's Uncle Cornpone, the country comic. Ding, 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 ding.
And you got the fake teeth you sell after the show.
Oh, you gotta sell something after the show because you don't sell out.
Ticket sales
See
aren't
what-
moving.
Yeah, that's all right.
You know Larry the
Ding,
Cable
ding,
Guy?
ding.
Larry Cable Guy, real nice guy. I liked him. I met him. Dan Whitney, very nice. Took me to
Yeah.
a football game. No
Now,
disrespect.
is he okay with people saying his real name? Like
Yeah.
on a podcast or on TV?
Oh, I don't know. I've never asked. I just
Like if he was on the Tonight Show and like Jimmy Fallon was like, "Well, Larry the Cable Guy, your real name is Dan Whitney, is that right?"
oh, I
be a
feel
little
like a
miffed.
fool calling him Cable Guy.
Yeah, or Larry.
Yeah,
or,
it's like he's like, oh, nice to meet you. I'm Dan. He was like real humble, and so I was like, all right, I guess that means I can call him Dan, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you'd think that many specials he'd talk about cable once.
LTCG is what a lot of us call him.
Oh, LTCG.
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah.
That is shorter.
Yeah.
How could 4 letters sound so long? LTCG.
They don't go together real well. There's no
no.
vowels there, so it's.
See if he was
LTCG. It sounds like a
Yeah.
band.
If he was smart, he'd make T-shirts that say "I support the LTCG community."
Oh my gosh.
Oh, people would be furious. They're probably furious now
Yeah.
that I just said it.
Stealing that idea.
LTCG. Right, I had to think about it for a second. Shirt ideas.
'Cause if-
hey,
there's one thing
Tony,
Cable Guy
where's
likes.
my shirt idea notepad?
I got it right here.
If there's one thing Cable Guy likes, it's heaps and heaps of money.
Yeah.
And you might have just given him an idea that the right is going to be like, oh, look, it looks like I'm supporting that one thing I don't support.
Yeah.
But it's actually the thing I do support.
Ding, 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 ding. But I met Dan years ago too, and he was a nice guy. But it's like, what? Why is it that somebody, if they become like famous, like all of a sudden you think they're a prick? They're
Well,
going to
yeah,
be a
I
prick.
just never knew him
yeah.
before. I don't know anything about him. And he's trendy to hate in our community. It's like Carrot Top. All I heard is like people talking trash. And then I met him. He's like the nicest dude in the world. I was like, well, I think
I
they're
think
just
he's got a giant dong too.
Carrot Top?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty
hot
sure.
take.
Pretty sure.
Where'd
yeah.
you hear that?
Or he's pumped full of steroids too, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's super ripped and evidently a huge dong and then a weird ghoulish face.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that he's just keeps working on.
Yeah, it's a lot
Like
of-
eventually he'll get it right.
Nope, that's all we can
Yeah, it
hope.
worked for Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Like, we could go smaller. Michael Jackson kept looking
He
at
could
his nose.
just keep
we can
going.
go smaller.
Do I look weirder
Yeah.
or better?
Can we tighten this up? Can we tighten this up? Can we tighten this up?
Mike, this is your 11th face. Like maybe we should just call it. You just pop it on noses.
Can we tighten this up? Yeah. Oh man.
Are you a Michael Jackson fan?
I enjoy some of the songs, but I'm not a.
What's your thing? So like Ted Williams
What's my thing?
Yeah, Ted Williams had like
Lacrosse.
fishing.
Ted Williams was one of the best fucking fishermen. Like
He's obsessed with fishing.
He devoted. I mean, he became like the greatest. I don't know what kind of fisherman it was,
In
but
fishing, he was fishing 400 average.
dude, he was the Ted Williams of fishermen.
Yeah.
Like he became that good. He's because I read a great sports story about Ted Williams, and talk about a prick.
Yeah, he was
Like, you didn't
legendary.
met-
He
yeah.
was real John Wayne.
Yeah, that guy was like if you think, oh, Ted Williams, he's going to be a prick. He was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was a total prick.
Tough guy.
Yeah.
He called all the other baseball players like amateurs because they were having sex and stuff. He's like, I don't have time for that. I'm too busy working on my swing. I'm a
Yeah.
hard worker.
Right.
He doesn't have time for sex.
You would hate Mickey Mantle then, right?
Yeah, he hated all those guys.
Oh, the Mick.
He made fun of all those guys.
Wait, was it-
DiMaggio was his real rival.
But who's the one with the story that he?
Oh, Mickey Mantle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was Mantle. Yeah, okay.
The Mick is a
You
real
ever see that
perv.
picture of the Mick with his shirt off, like celebrating like a World Series win? He's like a god.
Really?
Oh my god, he's ripped.
I would have never guessed
He's
that.
like 23. He's ripped. He's got a six pack, and
Really?
he's just so buff, and he's smiling. It's like, oh, I want that. I want to be that guy. I want that guy. I want that guy to fuck me. Whatever. I'm not even gay. Like that was
the Mick.
the Mick. This picture. It's like one of those. It's a legendary
He'll
picture.
win you over with one pick.
Oh man, the Mick. And then that guy was kind of a prick too.
Well, Ted Williams liked fishing, is what I was talking about.
Right. No,
Mickey
I know.
Mantle
I read the
liked
story.
Mickey Mantle loved drinking. You know,
And then golf. He became
he
became a golfer with a crazy swing.
Bill Murray's like, that's like his thing, golf. And he's like, comedy, sure, but golf. Do you
Dude,
have like a thing that's yours?
The
Dogs?
Mick took his baseball swing and made it like his golf swing. Like he could pound a ball. Before guys were hitting at 300 yards, the Mick was hitting at 300 yards.
But Mick's thing was drinking.
Right, but he was doing this like as a 40-year-old, broken down alcoholic.
Broken down.
He broke down.
He
Mick.
did break down.
Oh, you weren't
had
lying about
sex.
that gas.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, he's over by you?
Yeah,
All right.
he gave it to me. He gave it to
Well,
me.
I live with him, but anyway, it's not bad.
So
My
like your
has
dog,
gas.
everybody thinks, oh, he's cute, and he runs around, he plays. But his thing is farting. Like that's
Right.
his thing.
So what's my
Do
thing?
you have like an interest that is like outside of comedy and
Farting.
hosting and
farting? I love
You and the dog.
I love farting. I like reading about farts. I like to learn about farts.
There's any good documentaries we should know about?
Farting. You know what I love doing like every day? Battling loneliness.
Oh, yeah.
It is fantastic.
That's your thing.
From the time you wake up till the time you restlessly fall asleep, just to battle loneliness
Yeah.
all day long.
It's
And
quite a struggle.
The tears, like you document your tears. Oh, it's so much
I never realized
fun.
that I should look at it like a game.
It
Maybe
is.
that'll help me.
If you,
A sport.
Yeah. Why everybody doesn't? You know what I was thinking? Like when I was growing up, like I know my mom loved me, right? But we didn't toss around the "I love yous" a lot, like a lot
Okay.
of people do, right? But she started to after her mom died, after my grandmother died.
How old was she?
My grandmother or my mom?
Your mom when she started saying "I love you."
In her 40s or 50s,
Okay.
you know.
So you're like a teenager.
But I always did I'd be in college, and it was always, whenever I'd be talking to my mom, it was always, okay, I'll talk to you later. And I'd
Yeah.
be moving the earpiece away from my, okay, I'll talk to you later, bye-bye, and then hang it up, and then.
You're like, "I love you,"
So
and then
it's-
she's like, "I'll let
Yeah.
you go."
I'd be like, okay, bye-bye, I love you, all right, bye-bye. All right. Exactly what you don't want to hear when you say, I love you to somebody. I love you. All right, then.
I'm probably gonna let you go now. No, I'm not burdening. Wait, what?
I remember in high school, I told a girl, I said, I love you. And she goes, love you too. And I was like, no, that's not right. It's like, I love you.
I
love you too. Yeah.
It's not
Don't
like,
toss it off.
love
I think
ya.
she was getting out of the car too. It's like, Jesus Christ, Mare, come on.
Love ya.
Oh, she was-
L-O-V-E-Y-A. Love
Yeah.
ya. That one hurts.
which one? Oh, love you.
If you say "I love you" and then they go,
Yeah.
"Love ya," like that doesn't feel the same.
But
No.
I was thinking, like, right, we love one another, and you probably love Tony, and I
Yeah.
don't love Tony yet, but I might. I don't know, right?
Here's
I
hoping.
don't
Here's
know.
hoping.
But maybe we should just throw that word around.
I say it all the time.
for everything, you know.
I do say it all the
Really?
time.
Like
yeah.
when you get your coffee at Starbucks, thanks, love
I
you.
love you.
Really?
Yeah, the
You
whole
should say it
sentence.
like you should say it like that. Thank
No,
you.
not with
I
them, but
love you.
Every one of my friends has heard me say "I love you" to them.
Yeah.
daily.
Right.
Yeah, well, not every one of them daily.
But do you
if we're
say I
talking-
love you, or do you
Yeah, I
say
say I love you.
or do you say I love you, buddy? Do you
Love
say
you,
that?
brother.
Do you take it? Huh?
Love you, brother.
Sure. You're taking the edge off.
Yeah, well, it doesn't feel
I
as.
love you is serious. I love you, buddy, is like,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
I like you a lot.
And it's weird, like about a text, like if a text too, like a period makes it seem so much more
Yeah.
intense. I
Yeah.
love you, period.
Yeah.
Seems way more intense.
How about this
Because
one?
you thought about the period.
I worked with I've never done that. But I've worked with a guy this weekend. Great guy. We were pals. We golfed. He got me the gig. I like hosted this thing for like these pro athletes. I
oh,
thought it was,
yeah, golf.
yeah, I thought it was going to be a nightmare. 'cause
Golf
I'm like,
Zone?
Yeah, it's
And
a
it was great?
charity. No, that's Top Golf, which was in Vegas.
Okay.
But yesterday and the night before was Marcus Allen's like 16th annual charity thing.
Speaking of giant dongs.
Marcus Allen.
Yeah, so I heard. And I read that in a book. Like that wasn't something that was told to me.
I
Like
keep finding these books to find out about how big people's wieners are.
it's just it's just the
It's an interest.
It's just the BOGD, Book of Giant Dogs.
The mix
I
in it,
support
Marcus
them.
Allen's in it.
I think we found your thing. It's finding out about giant dogs.
Yeah, he said farting, but I've heard way more about giant dongs. So I don't even know why I brought up the golf thing.
Yeah. Oh, because we were talking about love. I love you. And you said to your
so I'm
pal.
with this guy the whole time. He leaves the bar with the other girl that was like in our group or whatever. That we all like kind of, they worked for a company and they brought me in. He gets to the car and he writes, "Miss you."
Really?
That was so weird.
That's sweet.
Yeah, man, why?
Huh? Because he missed you.
I didn't know what to do about it.
He's been queer for you. He's
Like,
queer
yeah.
for you. He
It
likes
was
you.
weird.
What's
Like married man. It's like
I know what I'm gonna do every time I leave this place now.
so
I'm gonna send you
weird.
a miss you
Yeah.
text.
Miss you.
Miss
it was
you.
right
With a
away.
kissy
too.
face.
It wasn't like with a like an LOL or like, dude, that was really fun. I miss you already or something like that. It was just miss you.
Miss you.
Period. I didn't know how to react.
Did you question him on it?
No, I actually didn't reply for like 40 minutes, and then I remembered some other business we had, so I just wrote ha. You know, you hold down the thing, write ha ha. I like did the ha ha to that, and then I.
What do you hold down for the haha?
So like if you put your thumb on the text that they sent you
Yeah.
or the ones you
Oh,
sent,
I see. And then you
you
can
do exclamation points, question mark,
Right,
a ha ha,
right.
or
Yeah.
one of them.
rain
There's
or
a lot. There's a heart.
thunderstorms.
There's a,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
a heart.
no,
There's a
I know.
thumbs
There's a
up. Thumbs
thumbs
down.
up.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah.
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 Imagine that. Imagine saying "I love you" and they just give you the thumbs up.
Ah, that's a good
Oh
idea.
man, that's brutal. Thumbs up.
Well, what do you like? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What do I like to do? I do like golf.
And you like dogs?
I like dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to read.
Because you had like walk dogs. You
Yeah,
know,
I still
right?
have my dog walking
You still do
business.
that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all right.
Do you not like it as much anymore? What do you mean
You
it's
know,
all right?
I don't want to be a dog walker. I like being a business owner, but I
Yeah.
also walk dogs too.
But you picked
But
that because you
Bill
like
Dwyer,
dogs.
You know? I'm Bill Dwyer. I don't know, you know.
Well, that's why it was so funny to find that out. I see you as this hilarious comedian, television guy, and then you're like, yeah, I have a dog walking business. And I
Right.
thought that was cool. I didn't think it
Because,
was...
I don't know, you get to, I don't know, like I know guys, it seems like everybody,
That's more interesting to me than TV and comedy.
I never had a side business, you know, and a lot of guys like, you know, like the weirdest guy will own a florist shop or something like that, you know.
Yeah, Whitey Bulger. You're like,
Yeah.
what, he's into flowers?
So I never had that, you know, forever. And then, you know, I don't know, even though I'm fucking ridiculously good looking
Yeah.
and charming
You
and
could say
super
that again.
loud.
Yeah.
Like they never had a problem
The
with me in the
mic.
sound department. Like nobody, no sound guy's ever going, hey, can you bring it up a little bit?
We can barely hear
Can
you.
you bring it up a little bit? Can you
Can someone tell Dwyer to,
Yeah.
he's got to
like,
project.
They got to pot it down to -2 for me. They got to pot it down.
He likes noise so much. When he came in, he was asking for headphones. That was something he goes, I want to hear me
Just because I
louder.
don't want to hear myself. Just because I don't want to hear the crashing waves of loneliness in my head.
Have you seen the show It's Bruno?
If you buy I bought a warm baguette at the grocery store right by my house, right? Just come out of the oven, so it's warm, right? Like
Yeah,
people like
fresh
flock, right?
baguette.
They're like, oh, you know, they're just pointing and they know, and they're handing out the baguettes, you know, and so I get a warm baguette, but then you get home and you're like single and you're like, what the fuck? Like you know, you eat a little bit of it and then you still have 7/8
whole
of a baguette. You know, you're like, fuck, what? My life is awful. God damn it.
I don't think that
Then you got
sounds
to figure
awful
out
at
how
all.
to eat 7/8 of a baguette, you know?
That's not how
because the
Jeff
next
Dye
day it's like,
thinks.
donk, 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 donk. It's like a fucking baseball bat. It's such a ruse. You know, when it's warm, you're,
We all
I love
want
you
it.
so much. And then the next day, like, what happened? What happened? Why did you turn? What did you turn into? What happened to you?
That's not how Jeff Dye thinks about it. I'm like, a whole baguette for me?
Yeah, well, you're still...
No one else gets the baguette.
Right, but
An
have you
empty
ever...
home full of baguette.
I used to eat a half a baguette. That used to be our
What
thing.
made you start talking about a baguette?
I was just thinking about it because I got a fucking baguette the other day and it was warm, just like I told you. This story.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it.
Well, I wanted to hear about the dogs.
What about the dogs? Dogs are like kids, except they don't talk and
Yeah.
they bite and they'll run away.
They don't eat baguettes?
They'll fuck. Are you
could
kidding?
share a
Dog
baguette.
loves baguettes.
You give that one bite,
Dogs-
watching a movie, and they just give him a bite.
If you like held out a baguette to a dog, it would just sit there and eat it like a Yule log. Like it'd be like pushing a Yule log into a fire, like you're supposed to. Just
Yeah. That's why it's
They have
perfect.
no manners whatsoever.
Yeah.
Dogs at all. They make noise. He's dreaming.
Oh, yes, he's not
Yeah.
listening to you and going, hey,
Yeah.
I have manners. Besides my farts, I've got
I
plenty of
yell
manners.
at him too.
You do?
Yeah, you gotta yell at him.
You got to.
Yeah. Hey, knock it off. Oh, what the?
Did
Was
you?
I doing something wrong? Yes.
You were making a weird sound. I thought it was farts at first. I thought that's the fart noise.
Here
Thank
comes.
God
She's
it's not.
begging for forgiveness.
What a sweet
Maybe.
dog. It's okay to dream. Don't listen to Bill. You gotta have dreams.
Ugh.
What a handsome dog, though. I can't think of anything that makes me happier than a dog. But then I'm always like the worst
I
dog
can
owner
think
in the
of a
world.
few things that sure makes you happier
Really?
than a dog.
That makes you happier than a dog?
I love dogs.
He does love dogs, though. Well, you know, it's a simple happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the other stuff comes with other things.
That's true.
And so do dogs. They'll shit. Sometimes
Yeah.
they'll throw up.
It's a lot
Sometimes they'll do both, like right there, wherever they want to. Like dogs don't think, oh, hey, is there a guest bathroom? They'll just take a crap wherever they want to. But
looks
usually
good.
it's been something is up. It's bad. But yeah, they do give you just kind of an unbridled joy.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I think that like there's something pleasant about. But it's like you said, like I'm on the road and then I just realized, oh, I'm the worst dog owner in the world. I've been gone for like 5 days. I'm just paying people to
you
take
could-
care of it.
Wait, do you have a dog?
I used to have a dog.
Oh,
I don't
would you-
anymore because I was too selfish to have a dog.
Yeah.
So I put him down. So he's dead. But it's because I was a selfish owner, you know?
It was the hardest thing I had to do after I put down that other dog. I mean,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one was really hard. But then
You
this
get
last
used to
one,
it after a little bit. No, I definitely didn't do that. If you're listening and you don't understand jokes, I definitely didn't do that. But just dogs, they're so peaceful and sweet. I used to always think I'd be a good dog walker.
Well, they're good. You know what? They're just a reflection of their owners.
Yeah.
You know, that's all. You know,
like
if they're
this one.
nice,
Nice,
usually
funny,
their owners
farty.
are nice. That's me. Yeah. This one's got a dense head of short hair, which I don't have. I mean, it may look like it, but I've thrown
got
some
short
Topix
hair.
hair powder. Yes, but it's not dense. But I threw some hair powder into it, so it'd look good because we're on camera, right? We're on
Dude,
camera.
we're
on camera,
everybody's
right?
watching.
We're
Everyone's
gonna
watching.
cut this baby together. Something
Absolutely.
sweet. We're gonna knock this down to about 7 minutes, right? we're gonna I think all of this. We're probably gonna get about 7 good minutes.
We shoot for 4 hours.
Yeah.
We cut it down to about 15.
I did a thing like years ago with a comedian who's and it wasn't, I don't know, it was like earlier on in podcast. I mean, it was probably 10 years ago, but we taped it at some place in Van Nuys where I think they also did, at least they edited pornos, you know.
Oh, no.
So I don't know if they shot them there either, but like when I tried to like look at the finished product, it's like it threw so many viruses on my
really?
computer. Yeah, but we were shooting, and it was me and a bunch of other comics. Theo Vaughn was on it, and Pete Berman and I went, and we were laughing and scratching. So at the end of an hour, you know, I get up to leave, and the host, I'm not going to say his name, is like, "Hey, where are you going? We got another hour." I was like, are you kidding me?
2 hours.
I was like, Letterman does an hour and he's good. He's good at this.
He's really good.
Like, you don't, it's not a good idea to stretch this out.
Well, that's what I was thinking about Rogan. Rogan is great, and
Yeah.
people always want more content, and I'm no disrespect to him. But like, some of those episodes are like 4 hours and 5 hours. It's
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, it's so like I can't commit to
That
that.
guy is so much better than he used to be, though. And we do not, like we don't even know each other.
Yeah.
But we always clashed.
Oh, really?
Like I first met him at somebody's house, and and the guy goes, "Hey, this is Bill Dwyer. He's going to Montreal this year." And Rogan goes, "I've never heard of you." It's like, "Okay, buddy,
Ah,
you want to
wow.
do that? We're gonna do that, man. We're gonna do that. Okay."
What an awful like tough guy move.
And then another time, I'm on stage at a benefit at the Comedy Store, and my wife's watching, and Joe Rogan, you know, my wife is good looking, right? She's good
Yeah.
looking. He gets up next to her, and then he says something shitty about me. It's like, "Oh, really? Oh, is that how you get to
That
work?"
is the worst. What was? I mean, this is a long time ago. Rogan now seems like the most like open-minded guy in the world. But like,
No,
what?
he's such a better comic too,
Yeah.
because he used to be just kind of a dirty comic. Now he's like funny and interesting and weird, and
Yeah.
he's curious.
That's what I like about him. Is he doesn't seem to. I've never felt more invisible than when I'm in the room with Joe Rogan.
Oh,
like
I could
I'll like
see
say
that.
something and he'll just like look over like, why is that guy talking? Like he
Right,
owned, like
yeah.
and I was kind of like, I don't know, just thought I was a person in the room. I didn't know that like I had to be some level of
Well,
celebrity
maybe
to
because
chime in.
you have enough alpha like that, that like bugs him. The
Yeah, but
alpha thing.
I've never understood why alphas don't hang out with alphas.
What the fuck? You want to hang out with alphas?
No.
Fuck that, man. Give me fat assholes who don't say much.
Sports
I'm
do it.
fucking ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba, Hey, you're looking good. That's because I hang out with fat assholes.
In
Yeah.
sports, it works.
Fat, shy assholes. That's what I
LeBron's
look
like, hey,
for
Who they
in
got
a
in
posse.
Miami? Who's their alpha? They got Dwayne Wade. I'll come hang out with that alpha, and they just
Who?
take over everything. KD goes, "Oh, who's your alpha over in Golden State? Oh, we got this Steph Curry. Yeah, I'll come hang out there and
Yeah.
just win everything."
Yeah. But
that's
that's the thing. Like,
he wants to hang out with fat assholes.
he's not an alpha either. I don't think KD's an alpha. I mean, he
like,
wants to be.
in the sport.
No, he is, in the sport, but you got to be an alpha in life,
Yeah,
Like,
well, I
he's
think-
the greatest basketball player we have right now.
Who?
KD.
Oh no, not better than
Steph
LeBron
Curry?
James.
Right. I mean, LeBron's still good, but LeBron is older, and KD's a
LeBron
little
is,
younger. Yeah. No, I know.
He's the
LeBron,
Joe Rogan of the NBA.
Who?
LeBron James.
LeBron. Let's keep playing.
Yeah, just
the
keep
horn
going.
sounds.
The game's been over for hours. Yeah, but we don't. You know how long? I do things a little different here. Oh no, he's playing on the court. Hey, bud.
What? Oh, what's he doing? Flip over, bud. Wait, here. What's he doing? Come here, goon. Like
What
that?
a psycho.
He's got that way.
Should I take my jacket off? I'm getting warm. Jesus.
This dog is the
We
best.
Can we have more lights and less air conditioning? More
Whatever-
lights,
whatever
and
you
can a
want.
62-pound bull terrier hang out
Hug
on
you
my lap?
during the show.
Yeah.
He's pretty needy.
He'll hug you if you just open up. Look at you. Look at.
Yeah.
I'm away from the
He hugged
table.
me
but
with
you,
you. He hugged
you're
it.
all
He
alpha.
wants to hug
all
you.
alpha at the head of the table.
What's your
Why
favorite?
don't you have gold silverware there, King?
I thought about it. That's what this is about. It's the Jeff Dye podcast. Makes me feel like very, very special. Tell me.
Yeah.
This is before I was in stand-up.
By the way, I also love that when like reporters now, they do that thing now. Hey, Jeff, the last quarter, you really turned it on, and but it looked like you were looking to pass less and shoot more. Talk about that. Like nobody has a
That's not
question
even a
anymore. It's all,
question.
talk about that. Hey, fuck you. Hey, say please, asswipe. Look at the dogs getting worked up. I hate that. Hey, talk about that.
He's trying to calm
That's
you
the
down
worst thing
like
in-
a service animal. He's trying to calm you down. He thinks you're a veteran
Right.
who's about to have like some PTSD.
But he's
relapse.
gonna turn on me like that monkey and monkey business. Remember that when the guy was all paralyzed and he had the fucking monkeys started killing people?
The monkey business.
You ever see Monkey Business? I don't know what it was called. There was a thing where some strong guy got paralyzed. He got a monkey, and the monkey turned bad. Man, it was good
Who
too.
wrote that movie? Me? Then the monkey gets bad, and he just starts going crazy. And they're like,
You
Jeff,
guys need to do your movie,
please leave.
your
That's
movie
my
reviews
elevator
together.
pitch. Hold on, I got some more.
nah, the monkey's not always nice.
Listen,
Sometimes.
I got a show called Tiger Business. The guy gets paralyzed and he gets a service tiger. And the tiger goes bad.
Guess what
Dude,
happens to the
settle
tiger?
down.
Is it like the monkey pitch? It's close. This is the tiger.
My dog rarely sees me like laughing this hard.
He's worried, sick. He's like, why is Bill wearing all these clothes and
Now,
laughing so
do we
much?
take a break for more whiskey, or do we just keep going through this? Or
We'll take a little break here in a second. I want to hear about.
Yeah, but-
So before I was in comedy, the first thing I
Yeah.
saw you on, I was on TV on Comedy Central doing Battle Bots.
right?
Yeah.
And I was obsessed with that show, and I thought it was very, very cool. Did
Yeah.
you enjoy doing that show?
Oh, immensely,
Yeah.
immensely.
Sometimes people that host stuff, they go, I don't care about this. I
Really?
just need the money, or I just like doing the hosting.
No, and I would go to the live, even though we did all of our commentary afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, like in a video.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Because they had to pick the fights. But this is like one second season, right? We do it in Vegas, and somebody says, "Why don't we try and do these? Why don't we try and do the fights live? And we can, maybe it'll be good, maybe not, but we can, pick and, So they set up a booth that's, like like the size of half this table, right?
Sure.
And in it is me and a writer who's overweight, of course, and Sean Salisbury, right? So we're in this thing, and I swear to God, by the end of it, like you would open it up and you could see the stench coming out of it. Like we were sweating.
You're like, whose idea was this?
It was this smell. And we used nothing of the live stuff.
You just had to be there.
Right, and there'd be a fight, and then 2 minutes later, there's another fight, and the writer's ripping out stuff, and he's like, okay, this one's got 4 wheels and a flipper, and then she's out, go! And we're sweating. Just the sweat and the stink is pouring off
Did they have to
us.
like lecture you guys too? Like, hey, and if things go wrong, don't make fun of the robots. Like, oh, this one's not even working. This one's trash.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. We did a few. We occasionally make fun of the robots,
Because you think they get mad about that. Like,
Right.
These engineer types. And
But they they would.
Yeah. Well, especially like on MTV, like when I would host something or something, like they would always be like, I know your instinct as a comedian is to make fun of this. And you're like, yeah, that's
Right, yeah,
you
'cause
guys
it's
hired
awful.
us.
Yeah, 'cause it's
when things go
terrible.
wrong, I kind
Yeah.
of make fun of the fact that it goes wrong. They're like, you have to always make it look like they're the star. Or you keep the network in mind. And I was like, all right. So I just imagine like on that thing, you'd be like, this robot's not even working. And then they're like, all the robots are like warriors, you know? That's how I picture it.
But yeah, that's it was. I mean, we had some leeway, but also, again, we were doing it post,
that's perfect.
not right there.
Did you write
was-
things for it ever, or like did you come up with it like as you're watching
Yeah,
it?
no, we would just do it as we were watching it.
Yeah. Sounds like a great gig.
Oh, it was. It was so much fun.
Why don't they bring BattleBots back, or is there any
They
interest in
did
that?
bring BattleBots back.
They did bring it back. When?
It was on ABC last summer, I believe.
didn't know that.
Or Nat Geo or something. I went to the old. I
didn't know that.
In fact, they're taping now down in Long Beach.
Really?
Yeah.
I think like Chris Jericho was the host.
No, well, there was like an MMA guy. I don't know his name, but Chris Rose was a host.
I know Chris Rose.
Yeah.
The ESPN guy.
Chris Rose is on everything.
Is he?
If there's a sport, Chris Rose has probably done a show about
It's
it.
fascinating how many.
Boy, it is a lot cooler in here once the dog gets off me. Once my giant
Although
dog
he's
gets
worried.
off me.
Now he's cold. No, but those kind of like shows like that, like why get these athletes to do it, or like sports? They're not funny. It's better to have a comedian.
No, but you gotta have
Like
you gotta
Steph
have one
Curry's
each.
hosting some mini golf show or something like that. Like, get a comic.
Oh wait, yeah, right. There's a mini golf show, isn't
Yeah,
there? No,
and
but
Steph-
Rob Riggle is hosting it.
Riggle's one of the 3. I think he's like one of the commentators.
Okay.
Commentators, but he's it's him, another guy, and then like Steph Curry's the host. You're like, what can is Steph Curry
Well, he's
gonna
not going to say much if he's the host. Like up at the top, he's going to go, "Hey, let's take it down to our guys." And
yo, it's me, Steph Curry, be like chewing on a thing.
is that his mouthpiece?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
just
right.
chewing on that and going like, yeah, it's me, that guy, it's really good for Golden State.
See, that'd be funny. Like if they did that as a bit, like he was like,
That'd be
hey,
great.
everybody, like he started, hey, everybody, how's it going? And then he just started chewing on his mouthpiece, or he hits like a really funny
Yeah.
line, then he chews
Without
on his
addressing it.
mouthpiece, or whatever he does. What does he do? Does he do that?
I don't know, he's got like a thing.
Yeah. Oh, he eats. Is
I
that
don't know what he does.
Yeah.
Does he have anything
I
except
don't
chewing
know.
on his mouth guard?
I
You
can't
got to
watch
come up
basketball.
with something.
You don't watch basketball?
No, it's too hard.
I took him to a Golden State Warriors game and he was pouty the whole time.
I was.
Really? Why?
Because we lost the Seattle Supersonics.
Nope.
And just watching NBA for him bothered him
Nope.
so much.
Nope.
What?
Something deeper. There's
Something-
something deeper why I was bothered. I don't know what it is.
Tony?
Something probably happened years ago.
What
You know,
happened?
whatever. He was raped in a crowd or something. I don't
ran
know.
into powder
Something
at a
happened.
Warriors game is what happened. I
he was
ran into
pouting at a
powder.
basketball game, not because he hates basketball, but I mean, and he hates himself. I mean, that's obvious.
He put on the movie Powder.
That's right.
Oh,
And then
see, that would be great if the movie was Powder.
Powder. I don't
That's your elevator pitch.
I don't want anyone getting upset about the movie Powder. I don't want people to think that that's what the movie
I
Powder
want people to see the movie Powder and be as enraged as I was when I was like, God damn it, why did we rent this? when you rented things.
I have a vulnerable powder story. I was like such an emo
Back when you used to
teenager.
have to drive to rent something.
Oh yeah, I love rental places. I wish those would come back.
Yeah.
It's a good time going and like picking your movies.
Yeah, it's different at Redbox, huh? Did you hang out by the Redbox and just wait for people to show up?
There was actually a really good Redbox by my house when I lived on Tahunga, and there's like all these
really good
beautiful
Red
women. All these beautiful women were always like lined up there, and I remember being like, "We should just hang out at Redbox." It's at the 7-Eleven there.
I wanted to get a Redbox when I was on the road once, because you could return them to any Redbox.
Oh, nice.
And then just fly back to LA and return it to some Redbox by my house.
They're like, "This guy commuted."
Nobody in Kansas is ever going to see
Bad
Toy
Mom.
Story 2. Bad Moms 2.
Toy Story 2 is what
The
you're
greatest
renting.
sequel ever.
They're making Toy Story 4. I thought Toy Story 3 was the end.
No.
Well, it's been like 10 years.
I don't know, but like it's
Since
just
Toy Story 3? No.
Yeah.
5. No.
10.
I need some proof on that.
yeah,
that's what
I'll bet
fact
you it
check.
is not double digits.
Who fact
Almost.
checks our fact check guy? He's the fact check guy.
I have the fact checker. Toy Story 3 came out in, drumroll please, 2010. So not quite double digits.
Yeah, shove that up your ass.
Way
Tony.
closer to 10 than
Tony
5.
expert. Nothing.
Shove that up your ass.
Oh, 10 years. 10 years. 9,
It was
asshole.
9.
9. You piece of shit. Hey, cock ears. 9 years. That's my new thing. I take, I yell when I'm in the car. I yell at people. I take whatever their a sexual, whatever your sexual
Right.
characteristic, and then add another body part, and that's what I
Works.
yell at
Dick
people.
neck.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Listen, you tit mouth.
Hey, 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 pussy nose. Hey, get the fuck out of the way. Hey, I know merging is hard. Snatch ankles. Let's go.
I think that's going to catch on. Oh, I can't breathe. So the movie Powder
I gotta
was
get
on.
some clean material. Damn it.
I can't wait to go home tonight, call my roommate Snatch Ankles.
Snatch ankles. That might hit
You
hard.
won't
She's like,
know.
oh.
Yeah, she'll be miffed.
I went and saw Powder in the theaters.
You saw Powder in the theaters.
Yeah, with my parents.
With your
And
parents?
Listen to this.
What is? I liked your parents until now.
I was such a soft kid that when they were picking on Powder and stuff, like I identified with it. Like, hey, kids pick on me, it's cool. And I started getting teary-eyed in the movie.
Oh.
And my mom saw me.
Yeah.
And instead of being like sweet or like a mom would, she goes, "Stop it."
Good. She knew. I thought you were going to say she would hit you, which would have been great.
She's like,
Anybody-
"Stop being such a pussy over there. This movie sucks and you know it."
That was the turning point in your life.
It was.
Good.
I was like, "Don't be sensitive. That's a bad look.
Don't be Powder. Don't
Your
be like
mom's
Powder.
going to be disappointed."
Powder. He wasn't good. I'm telling you.
It was a fantastic movie.
It was a terrible movie.
I was young.
I was older.
We should revisit it. Have you ever seen the movie
Powder.
Gummo?
No, I couldn't. No, I
You
couldn't.
couldn't.
I couldn't watch. Most of those Harmony Korine movies I
He's the
cannot
best.
watch.
I love that you know who that is.
Yeah. I got fucking knowledge.
I know, but nobody
I was a
knows
tour
who that
guide at
is.
Universal Studios.
I've asked
I like the media.
100
and things.
people about the movie Gummo.
Yeah.
And most people haven't heard of it. You knew who made it.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
very impressive.
Right, yeah. But
Also made kids.
Right, that's his claim to fame is kids and then
that was
Gummo.
rough too, man.
Yeah.
That
But
movie
it
I
did
was
give
a
us
little-
Rosario Dawson. Oh, thank you.
I don't know.
Harmony Korine for that.
Do you know the story about him with Letterman?
No.
So he went on Letterman once as for kids. He was 19 years old. He was definitely on drugs.
Yeah.
And Dave was like, "What a strange interaction," but people really liked it.
Yeah.
Even though Dave did not enjoy his conversation
yeah.
with him. So they invited him back a second time for Gummo because that's coming out and they want to promote it. And Dave again has a very peculiar like conversation with him where he's just like, "Well, you know, what are you doing here? Like, if you don't even want to be here, it seems like you're being a
Right.
smart ass, you're being a punk kid, you're dressed weird." And so that, both of those go successful because people really talked about it the next
Yeah.
day. The third time, he's so junked out of his brain that he's wearing like chucks and like a dirty sweatshirt and his hair is all long. And Dave is really,
Not having it.
and making fun of him, like, oh, thanks for dressing up. And then Harmony goes, yeah, it's a rental, which is very funny. There was like a really interesting back and forth. So they're supposed to have him a fourth time, and for whatever reason, he's not allowed on the show. And nobody knows what happened backstage. Well, James Franco's still friends with him now. So James Franco this year or last year, whatever, goes on to promote a thing. Says, hey, so whatever happened? We checked the books.
He went to promote Spring Breakers.
Oh, which was Spring Breakers? Yeah.
Which was
He
the
wrote?
he directed.
Oh, okay. And he was like,
Did he direct Spring Breakers?
Yeah, I think so.
and he goes, I asked him what happened, and he told me he pushed Meryl Streep. And we looked in the books, and it's true that Meryl Streep was here that night, and that he was supposed to be on the show, but he was under the influence, and you could say. And so I just want to know what's the true story. And he asks them on air, and Dave Letterman goes, well, we best not,
Right.
he's trying to be a class act. And he goes, no, but I want to know, like, what happened. We want to know. And he goes, okay, I'll tell you. I went backstage to say hi to all the guests, like I do every episode.
Yeah.
And when I went into Meryl Streep's dressing room, she wasn't in there, but he was going through her purse.
Wow.
So he
So he didn't push her at all?
No, but that might have been how he remembered it. Like he might
I would
have.
have.
So Dave just sent him home. Said, "Go home. Just get out
okay.
of here, and you're never allowed back."
I would love to see somebody just take Meryl Streep's face and just push her.
That's
would be
what you
so
wanted.
great.
You were
Like, that
rooting
would have
for
been
him to
super-
have
that would-
pushed.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah. Or I thought he was going to push her out of the way, like Dave's here. Like.
Not petty theft.
Yeah.
Assault is what Bill wanted.
I don't think I've ever, put my hand in someone's face and just push
Push
them
their
away.
face?
But man,
Bucket
when
list.
I get older, that's all I'm gonna be doing. Man,
That's all you'll do.
right? That's like, I'll be one of those guys.
You
One
have
of those
strange
old guys.
goals.
It's not a goal. I'm just saying it's more of a prediction.
Someday.
It's not a goal. It's just gonna happen.
Absolutely. That's the future.
Yeah, I'm in the grocery store just there.
I actually think that'd be fine. I think if you're old enough, you can do pretty much anything. That's my favorite thing about working with those old guys is they do whatever they want and nobody cares.
And those guys aren't even that old.
Well,
I mean, imagine
88.
if you're 95 and you still got some muscle tone,
I don't think
You
anybody
should be
lives that
pushing-
age.
You should be face pushing people all the time.
What? Nobody lives to be 95.
Huh? Well, my mom didn't. She made it to 91.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, man, you'll probably make it to 90 or 90.
No
you might
way,
even
dude.
make
I'm
it.
dying soon.
No, that's what you think, dude. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You remind me of a young me.
Yeah, I drink.
But
I
look
like
at
to
me.
do.
I did too.
Yeah.
And I have good skin. So do you.
I have a good
Look
time.
at your future.
I love it.
Look.
Hanging out with a dog.
It's not good. I'm telling you.
It is good.
I should write my book of mistakes so that people cannot do it. Whatever it
That's
is.
ridiculous.
I do a joke only occasionally where I say I'm going to write a book on marriage called "How I Did It." Do the opposite.
I don't know. I'll never do marriage. That's how we're different.
But you say that and you don't know.
But did you ever say that?
Maybe some fucking thing comes along,
Yeah,
and you go, I can't live without that.
Oh, this is
nearby
different
me.
than all the other things.
Right. This is different
Who's
than all the
she?
other things. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
You'll twiddle your cigar.
Now
for just
she's
a-
pregnant. I can't leave now.
There's also that too.
Maybe
that
I'll
could
leave
happen.
later. I don't know, just the whole idea of all that stuff is like frightening. People always go, like at least in the last 10 years, Jeff, how did you get that? Or why'd you buy? Because it's just me. There's no other income.
Right, yeah.
You don't have to worry about kids, universities, little league. I'd have no grocery bill. You saw my fridge.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you should do a shot and do my top shelf joke.
Yeah.
Jeff Dye has a different idea of what top shelf means. Make that an Instagram post, please.
Oh, that's tonight's
Thank you, Bill
Instagram
Dwyer.
post.
Yeah, ching,
You
ching.
are a writer.
Huh?
You're like a real writer.
I've written.
Yeah, but you said they're like usually fat and smelly. That was your words. Usually writers are fat and smelly.
Right. Well, I was too.
No, you weren't.
I was that.
You've never been.
I've been heavier. That's
Yeah?
for sure. Yeah. Well, like 15 pounds heavier.
Oh.
But I never hit 200.
Oh, yeah?
I remember saying that to my wife. I go, man, well, if I get to 200, she's like, what the fuck? She goes, you better not get to be 200. 200? She goes, what?
I like the way she talks to you.
Huh?
What the fuck?
No, I don't know if she said that, but she's, she would straighten, that's what a good one does. They'll straighten you out sometimes.
We had an interesting...
Anyway, I wasn't a good husband, so.
We had an interesting guest on here once. Great guy. I'll tell you his name after the podcast. But the first thing he said is like, hey, when we're on the podcast, just don't talk about my wife at all. Like, don't...
Wow.
Like he had a problem in the past of like podcast hosts making fun of his wife or something. It felt like a threat. Like, hey, don't talk about my wife at all. I was like, okay. So we just didn't talk about it.
You didn't talk about his wife, Elle Fanning?
Yeah. Janine Bernesky? That bitch? No, I'm just
You
kidding.
didn't talk about his wife,
Not a
Mrs.
fret.
Tom Cruise?
Well, people get weird about weird things. So, for example, one time, I'm just talking about the biggest family names in Kent, Washington, which is a small smub, like just a city south of Seattle.
Right.
And we're both from Kent, Washington. And I said,
Who,
Kent,
you and Tony?
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
said, Kent is really made up of like 4 giant families. The Conwells, and I'm going through the names, but I'm blanking.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm blanking on the names. I just drooled.
Sorry. Tell me the story about telling the story. Please.
No,
tell me
here's the thing.
there's so many layers. I want to
Tony
hear the
got all
story.
weird. Tony wouldn't tell me his family's name from Kent. He's
How
like,
bad
well,
is
I don't
this-
know if people want them to know their last names on this. Like, what are you talking about?
How
Could be
bad is
mafia.
this podcast going that you're talking about previous podcasts?
I want your opinion. That's something that he did that we've never talked about or addressed about how stupid it is to go, I don't want his last name to get out there.
Yeah, no.
I was
It's
doing-
big
Of a
secret.
family.
Big secret.
I was doing so many podcasts for a while. I was going to make my podcast about doing podcasts. Like, just record
yeah.
me driving to a podcast, talking about it.
That's not a
taking
bad
bits
idea.
from somebody else's podcast, just putting it together. Or if you released an album of shit you done on other people's podcasts.
Yeah.
Could I do that legally? Sure. I didn't sign anything.
Yes.
You dumb fuck. I could take this whole thing, man. You
What
don't
are you
think
so
I'm
mad
bootlegging
about?
this thing? And it's going to downtown LA immediately. Hey, everybody, Jeff Dye. Good Ship Lollipop podcast. Hey, everybody.
What are you
That
so
guy.
upset about? You don't think
By the
I
way,
could?
that's how my guy sells bootleg podcasts. Hey, everybody.
He's lazy. He's the world's
everybody.
laziest.
I got Joe Rofin's podcast
Yeah.
here. He talks about wrestling and UFOs. Hey, everybody.
Bill Squire's on it. What? I'm paying you.
Billy Squire, the guy who sang Hotel California. Billy Squire.
You want it or not? He's like an aggressive. Take it or leave it, but you're gonna take it.
Yeah. Hey, don't be hanging around here. Like, come on.
You could do. I think that would be interesting. I guess I'd probably listen to it. All
Yeah.
the times you've been on a
I
thing.
think it'd be funny if you were if you did like a short video of like you're like a mime, like selling. You're that guy, but you have nothing. You're just holding up nothing.
Well, what if?
You're just.
Now I'm thinking of something else.
And people gather around like, hey, move along, folks. You're not buying. What do you like here, huh?
Take, yeah. Do
And then you have
mimes
a
talk?
shill like going through the stuff. Hey, they pulls it out.
Two mimes.
But they're talking, which adds
Yeah.
another level to the
Affordable.
mimicry. Yeah.
Nobody can beat these prices.
Worst shill ever.
People do get
Say.
prepared weird. We had one guest. that
This
wa-
stuff is fantastic. Worst shill ever.
Do you have this in a medium?
You do? You must have plenty in stock.
That's a CD.
There's a place in Hollywood, and it took me a second. Like I drove by, and on their sign it says, "If it's in stock, we've got it."
That's great.
And I was like, "Fuck it." I was like, "Oh, that's fantastic."
Yeah, I love stuff like that. I love
Like
that.
you never see anything like that. It was like a small store. I don't know what it was.
Do you think they were trying to be funny, or if it's
Yeah.
just
Oh
like
no, I think they were.
English is
Or
their
it's like-
second language?
No, I
That's the
think-
one that we drove by down there. That it's like everything must go, like best offer. but like it has to be reasonable.
A best reasonable offer or something like that. We're like, what do you mean best reasonable offer?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Yeah, a lot of those signs are botched though, just because of like English is their second language. So it's like train free, $2.99. You're like, what?
Oh yeah,
It's $2.99. Is
did
it
you ever
free?
see like a handwritten sign and it's like phone systems and then there's a phone number and you're like, oh, that's who I want to go with.
Legit business.
And it's taped to a hurricane fence that was just put up 2 weeks ago.
If you give us $12, it's free. I'm like, what? That's not. These guys don't know how any of the words work.
I used to, I don't think I ever did the joke on stage, but I'd always laugh when I'd see now open to the public. Like, there's a way to increase sales.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, how should we make some more money? Hey, unlock those doors.
Now open to the public.
Yeah.
We've had no sales since we've been closed to the public.
Yeah, it's all private, just,
Don't you have a joke about, I think you did it the other night at the Improv, I'm not positive, but it's about...
I do a joke, and another comic does a joke where you go
Under new
by a little
management?
store. No, I don't do that one. I do one where you see like sometimes the shopkeeper can just take off and he'll put the sign up, back in 20 minutes.
I hate that. That drives
When did you leave?
drives me crazy. There's a guy named...
Where are we in the journey?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yeah.
Who's the guy that like gets the abortion with the girl? It was like a really edgy scene at the
The
time.
scalper, the guy who does the scalping.
He opened up a coffee shop in North Hollywood, and like you just go one morning and it'd be closed. And you're like, why? But it makes no sense. The hours say open. It doesn't make it's just locked. And then you go the next day and he'd be there. I think his name's Bob. And you'd be like, hey man, what happened yesterday? He goes, I went to the beach. You're like, you have a business. Get an employee or something. Like, what are you talking about? And he was all like, sometimes he would close it and he'd just have like his band play. Like it was
Awesome.
the weirdest
Like
guy.
that's the greatest. Like you can't do that if you're a nanny, you know?
Applebee's can't do that.
They could. I mean, no one's gonna die if Applebee's, just decides to close for the day.
I was like an irate customer. Like, those people need coffee. You need to have regular hours. I really turned into my mom on that one. I was outraged. He was a nice guy, though, and eventually sold it. Didn't do too well.
Oh, really?
He wasn't the best owner. Yeah, the business was...
It didn't sound like his heart was in it either.
yeah.
It didn't sound like.
Well, Bob was an actor,
Right, exactly.
But his like, thing was coffee.
Right. I'm only going to do coffee projects. I'm only going to do movies based on coffee, or if there's coffee, like heavy coffee scenes in it, that kind of thing. That's all. I've never done the joke, but I'd always say I'm only doing pilot auditions, and that is I'm only doing auditions where I'm a pilot. Like I got the uniform, I look good, I got a hat that fits, I got the custom made hat, so
It's gonna look good.
I'm only doing pilot auditions.
Zero chance they don't pick me. Have you ever dressed up to go to an audition?
No, but I did a Subway commercial and I booked it where I played a fighter pilot, right? And so
You're the customer, clearly.
When I got the suit on, the fighter pilot suit, man, like people just, can I have my picture? Can I take my picture with you?
Really?
Yeah, because you got the fighter pilot suit
I would
on,
never
right?
ask for a picture with a fighter pilot.
Well, I wouldn't either, but also it's me.
That's what
I'm
it
like,
is. Like, that's Bill
I'm
Dwyer.
gregarious. No, not that, but I
The
look
fighter
good.
pilot.
And then the guy next to me looked good too. He was like younger, right? We had a real young old dynamic. But there was guys in that audition like with full on fighter pilot gear, which just goes to show you, it's not the gear. Ugh. When he starts licking things, it really makes a noise. He's got a mouth on him. Like, it's crazy it's so big.
He's got
Like,
a big
if you
head.
saw his teeth, you'd go out of your mind. Like, I don't know who has the biggest teeth but his are bigger.
These
Like,
are...
who has the...
It's a
there's
lot of
some
ass
comic-
eating. It's like a university over there.
Oh, is he eating?
He's just going to town.
In fact,
Is he in shot?
It's
Tom?
even crazier than ass-eating university.
I hope you could. Hope so.
Goon, knock it off. All right.
He doesn't care.
Just pull his collar a bit, Tony. He
I'm not
doesn't need to.
I'm not getting involved
He
in
doesn't
this.
need to.
Get him out of
He
there.
doesn't need to work it so hard. That's all I'm saying,
I'm
It's
not
like
going to get between him and his ass.
he's
That's
his
only
own,
that
he's
much.
his own girlfriend right now.
It's gone beyond self-medication. Now it's just,
Yeah.
now he's
out
just
of order.
stuck.
It's out of order.
Yeah.
He needs your
You can
help.
only get so high.
You're helping him by pulling his
I
collar.
don't
Yeah.
think so.
So you got a little card there, Bill Dwyer. What is this?
Well, I got my blessing bracelet, and
Nice.
I found this yesterday on the ground, and it was in its package,
Okay.
like a Ziploc bag, and it's got one of these, so it doesn't cost much, but it's
yeah,
a.
you found it on the ground. It
It
doesn't.
says, wear this bracelet to remind yourself that God has given you a mission to make this world a better place. And I found this on the ground. Like, somebody bought it, and then they were like, fuck,
Blessings.
where's my blessings bracelet? I need a reminder that God's telling me to make this world a better place, and I fucking dropped it. And then I pick it up, and I wear it, and I make a joke about it.
That is hilarious. Well, you are doing the world a better place by picking up that litter and
Yeah.
recycling. You're using it.
Man, if you keep your head down, you'll find a lot of things.
That was one of my New Year's
Mostly
resolutions.
sticks. Mostly, especially if you're in the forest. A lot of sticks.
One man's garbage is another man's hat.
Exactly.
That's what I've always heard. I think that was Rumi. No, wait. So you're not selling blessing bread? You just found it?
No, I mean, maybe I'll start selling blessings bracelet after my show, but then I'm gonna have to come up with a blessings bit. I guess I have one, but I don't know.
I thought
It wasn't very long or worked out. I just thought
a card here
Wasn't
to be
it-
like, here's something we should plug.
Oh.
But it wasn't. It was
No,
just you
I just found
a
this
thing.
thing, and I never wear bracelets. I wear a watch, and then I used to wear a wedding ring, and like that was it. And then for a while, I had some weird magnet thing around my neck.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What was that? How'd you get that?
I either bought it,
Got hoodwinked?
Then a friend of mine like gave me a magnet card to keep in my wallet.
What's
like
with
that
all
was
these
supposed
magnets?
to, huh?
What?
Yeah, fucking people go crazy for magnets, copper,
Yeah.
gems.
Yeah, they're like, oh, these crystals.
Crystals.
You got to charge your crystals.
Have you ever bought the salt lamp? You ever buy the
No.
salt lamp?
I've seen
It's
them.
a lamp made out of salt. It's got a bulb inside it.
Yeah.
Tell you what you don't want to do, leave that salt lamp out in the rain. That doesn't work. Once we got tired of our salt lamp, it was out on the patio, not even plugged in. We were just like, fuck this thing. And then it rained. It's like, what's that bulb doing there? Oh, that was the salt lamp.
Oh my, yeah, the
Yeah.
rain just.
It's fucking salt.
That is a good way to get rid of a salt lamp, though.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
you deleted it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like putting a body in a hydrochloric acid or
Yeah,
something
you
like
erased
that. You
it.
know,
There's
Yeah.
no evidence you've ever purchased a salt lamp.
So the blessings thing. But I just
What do the
thought
blessings mean?
whoever
Does-
lost it is just like fucking furious. Like probably cursing God.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had $3 and like maybe.
That's just telling
I'll
them
buy
that
this.
God does not have a mission for them.
I don't know. Like each one. I mean, they're kind of different, and there's something about a cross and that. But I just just the whole thing that I found a blessings bracelet that somebody bought.
What a treat.
Yeah. And it's got-
Benedict Bessing bracelet.
And it's one of those, ones that's got the two little silver things, on the end of the
Yeah.
on the
So you
end of the
can-
tie. And then it says blessed on one side, and then it says my saint, my hero.
Oh
it doesn't
my
say
God.
which saint. It just says my saint, my hero. So I go with Saint Bernard, the patron saint of skiers.
It's not Reggie Bush.
My favorite saint would be Craig Ironhead Hayward, for sure. Are you fucking kidding me? Ironhead. My favorite hockey player, Gump Worsley. Oh,
That's a
man.
real player?
Fucking Gump Worsley was the last goalie to wear a mask. Like, how full of self-hatred was Gump Worsley?
He's like-
First of all, he had the worst. Somebody gave him the name Gump. And then his last name was Worsley, is almost like the worst adverb ever. What kind of
Baby-hating parents are
Yeah,
these?
who could run Worsley than you?
Gump Worsley.
Gump Worsley and, oh, Jesus Christ.
His parents hated him and didn't know English very well.
And then my favorite baseball nickname, back in the day when they didn't give a shit about anybody's feelings, Pete Dummy Taylor. Pete Dummy Taylor is the reason umpires raised their hand because Pete Dummy Taylor was deaf and couldn't speak. So they called him Dummy. So he asked the ref, I can't hear you. Well, however he said it, he
it's
wrote it
Dummy.
down. So they called him Pete Dummy Taylor. My favorite nickname of baseball players. Who's that?
Dick Pole.
Oh, man.
Oh,
and how is
Dick Pole.
Dick Pole? And how about Dick Trickle, the race car driver?
Unbelievable.
That's the worst. I'd rather be Dick Pole than Dick Trickle.
Wouldn't you change it? Just go by maybe a nickname or something?
I'd go with Dick Stream for sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not Richard? at this point? Like, why are you
So bad. Rich Paul.
Well, it wasn't that big of a. It wasn't that bad of a thing, you know.
it
back
wasn't
in the
hilarious
day.
to be called Dick Paul.
No. Dick was, I mean, if your name was Richard, just like if your name was Nancy, they called you Cuntley back in the day. You know, it was crazy. It was just a different time. Nobody.
It was a different time.
Nobody really.
Heartless, mean.
Gump Worsley. He was a goalie, though, without a face mask. I mean, he must have just been crying every game. I'll show
like,
them.
I don't need it.
Go ahead. Hit me in the face.
All your teeth are gone. I really don't need it then.
I'll stop that puck.
By any means necessary.
Gump Worsley with another face save. Oh, so much blood on the ice, it slows down the puck in the crease.
I got a question for you.
Okay. That was a good transition, though. My last thing, and then boom.
Listen, we ask all the
By
guests.
the way, I
this.
thought so much blood in the crease really slows the puck down. I thought that was pretty good. I never said that before.
Write it down.
No. When am I going to use that? Comedy's fleeting, my friend. You know that.
I love it.
It should be fleeting anyway. Anyway, I got a new hour coming out next week. And then a week after that, I got another new hour coming out. Oh, boy. One's called Tedious, and the next one is called More Tedious.
Where can people find
Hey,
that?
everybody. Hey, everybody. I'm taping my new hour. I know I did one just 4 months ago, but I've really been halfway working on this stuff. So I hope you can all come out and support me. And tickets are only $25. Hey, what the fuck? Hey, I'm releasing a new CD called "I Really Half-Assed This."
Yeah, there's one guy did a special where he was reading from his notebook at the Comedy Store off the stool. Just that was him. He was like in his joke, like just reading, like going like this in the special.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Look, back in the day, and I love her, and I think she is a talented comic, but Janine Garofalo did that on one of her early specials. She like had her notepad down at the... I'll tell you what fucking annoys me. If you go to a club, maybe they have like open, like an open mic section before they bring you up or whatever. It's Wednesday or it's Thursday, so, we're going to have 5 open micers, and somebody who's doing 5 minutes comes up with a notepad.
What else?
And they fucking look at it. It's like, hey, at
5
least,
minutes.
at least get the first 2 minutes down.
Right.
And then go ahead, but
They're
right to the...
drinking out of their cup.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, how's it going? That's what you planned. That's what you planned.
Super prepared.
Yeah.
They're taking a drink. You're like, why even bring a drink on? You're doing
That's
5
another
minutes.
thing. 5 minutes. They take a sip of beer. Treasure your time. Jesus. Our time also is important. And I do that joke where, a comic does something that doesn't work and he'll say, hey folks, some of these are just for me.
Oh, yeah.
Can you do those in your car?
Yeah.
Please give us the gold.
Why are you stealing savor lines from Carson?
Let's have the tried and true. What do you say, huh?
You didn't work up just for you.
Yeah.
That's so
That's
selfish.
not what this is about.
Why did an audience come if these were just for you?
Did you buy your 2 drinks then?
All right. The question that I want to know, that we've been dying to ask you.
Who?
You. Me and Tony
who's
want to
been
know.
dying?
Me
you
and Tony
never speak outside of this podcast.
Tony, and your ass-eating dog.
Yeah. I mean, that probably is something that he's doing that, but we'll figure it out.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Two lovable dudes.
His craps are pretty good. So
Pretty regular?
Yeah.
What does he eat?
He is a great dog. He eats mostly dry food.
Oh, really?
I mixed in a little bit of salmon. Some
that's
canned
nice.
salmon.
You don't ever get, I watched a TV show called It's Bruno where he's always giving him, turkey and stuff, and the dog loves that.
Oh, that show about a dog?
Yeah,
What's
but
that
it's
show
great.
about?
You'll love it.
All right, well, I don't know.
It's short. Each episode's 15 minutes, and it's super easy, but it's really creative.
You know, when somebody tells
Also,
me...
I love dogs.
Somebody tells me I love,
I've shown
when
people
somebody builds something up too much, it never...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I've told people to watch it and they didn't enjoy it. But you're like a dog guy, and you're funny. You're a real comedian.
Has somebody ever told you about a great gig? Oh man, it's so great, and then you go there and you just absolutely eat it.
Top Golf Vegas? Yeah, they've told me. What
But
could
you
go-
said that was a good gig.
What could go wrong? I mean, people
don't-
are hitting golf balls and they're blasting music and all the TVs are on and it's the NBA Finals, so people are chanting, Toronto, Toronto. I mean, what could go wrong? Also, it's Vegas, so every place thinks they're a nightclub. So every 10 minutes there's some birthday where they play like a drum with parades and sparklers. And, they're like, it's Tony's birthday. Here's bottles of vodka and sparklers. It was the loudest gig.
Really?
I could have done any jokes. No one would have heard them. Hey, bud.
I remember doing a benefit, and it was actually like at a giant place, but for some, I don't know what, there was like something else going on there.
Yeah.
And I remember I couldn't even hear myself, and I'm loud, right?
Yeah.
And it was for Hurricane Katrina, and I remember saying when I was on stage, I go, "Oh my God, I would rather be neck deep in muddy water with corpses floating by than here right
my
now." And nobody heard it.
I kept
Nobody
telling them-
heard it even. It didn't matter.
I kept
it didn't
saying-
matter what I said.
Let's treasure our time together. I'm never coming back. I'm never coming back. I was like so close on the microphone, like the entire time. Uh-oh.
I'll get you. Don't worry.
Everything's fine, bub.
Yeah.
This is the last question. All right.
Oh, it is? Are we finishing up? That's good. That's about right.
This is a good question for you.
This is probably way too long.
No, it's not.
When do you think people checked out of this podcast?
0. They love it all.
20 minutes ago?
I'll send you all the comments we get. People love this stuff. And you're funny. Sometimes they're just like, last week, we had a guy who I do love, but he was just serious the whole time, and so was a serious one.
Oh.
But you're fun.
Who
They're
was
gonna love it.
serious?
He's a comic who's going through some stuff right now.
Well, that's when you're supposed to be funny, you dick.
No, he wanted to.
Comedy comes from tragedy.
He wanted to say, I didn't meet 2 of those ladies. That's what he wanted to say.
Remember when I saw you at the improv and I said to you, "Hey, here's a joke I wrote about my mom dying," and you go, "When you do that on stage, say, hey everybody, here's a joke I wrote about my mom dying," and I did.
It'll get that's a funny setup.
It took some of the
That gig
It's
was.
still a funny joke.
We went.
That wasn't the night that. But you and I did that late night spot just a week ago or 10 days ago.
What a weird
And
time.
even Jeff didn't do well, who normally does well.
Yeah, that's how bad it was.
Yeah. And me, the bellower, they weren't having much of this.
Oh, at one time, Bill made fun of a guy's laugh.
The guy was laughing like this. He's like,
Yeah. And Bill goes, "What kind of laugh is that? What do we got, a cow in the room?" Like, just started doing all these jokes.
"What is your bovine family tree, sir?" And
The guy had a problem. He had like an actual disability or something.
Are you a Holstein, sir? And then he was in a wheelchair.
He was in a wheelchair and he was like disabled. Bill couldn't see him, but we all could, so we were like mortified. We're like, oh no. And Bill has no idea. He just thinks he's defending his honor and that everybody in there is going to be agreeing with Bill. Like, why aren't they laughing? I've given them 75 cow jokes in a row. Why aren't they enjoying this? Hey, bud. All right, here's the hard-hitting question. You ready?
Yeah.
Where do we go when we die? No.
Wait, yeah.
What happens when
There
we
we go.
die?
Oh, well, I don't know, but it's something that you know, like we're all just like energy, and when we die, the energy gets transferred somewhere else. So I don't think there's a heaven or anything, but something happens that you don't realize. And you fucking like whatever, you end up doing a podcast, you know, or
You forget about all these memories?
This is nothing, you know. Like,
Oh no.
like everything that we do and everything we have in this world is like nothing, and it's also everything. And also, we are all part of one another. So when you die, you just become something else, I suppose.
You're
and
giving
you don't realize
a really sincere answer, and your dog, I heard a fart.
But yeah, I know.
He goes,
it's funny.
like I heard it. It
I
was like a
know.
little weird one.
I know, right? Nobody told me how gassy the breed is, or else it's just mine.
Just yours.
Yeah,
That dry food or whatever
Yeah.
is going
Salmon.
on.
yeah.
Oh yeah, salmon.
But even with the dry food, just dry, he's just kind
Bill's
of
like,
gassy.
we're energy and we're everything and we're nothing, and the dog goes.
Right on cue.
Right, which tells you exactly what I know, which is nothing, and also everything. I know everything.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
paradoxical.
Yeah, there's no right. It's like we are like that sour puss woman that I walked by this morning. I'm her and she is me, you know.
Yeah.
But I fight her in me, you know. I don't want her, but I'm her. We're all
we're all the
We're all
same.
this, yeah.
Oh, you found my slipper.
Yeah.
He just brought it in. He was waiting for Tony to throw it. This dog
Sorry,
is
bud.
phenomenal.
Sorry, buddy.
He's never like chewed any of my shoes or anything.
They didn't
so.
chew it. He just brought it in like, hey, what's this thing?
Yeah, I wonder what would happen if I didn't take it from him. He
He's
might
like,
have chewed it.
I was in this other room and there's all this other stuff.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. That is going to be a great clip.
Just push him onto the leather couch.
Oh, he loves Tony. This is a lot. Oh, that ass mouth. Just going right to Tony's neck.
I forgot about the ass mouth.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. All
You're
right.
the best. What a legend. He's got worms or something.
No, he doesn't have worms.
It's itching
We
him.
were out hiking this morning. He
He's
might have
itching.
like a little fucking burr or something in his short, dense coat. Who knows?
Burr. Where are you going to be next weekend? Where are you playing?
I am doing. I'm doing a play.
Nice.
I'm doing 2 plays at the Hollywood Fringe Festival, and they're both
Oh, nice.
opening throughout June. I mean, the one opens June 8th, the other one opens June 9th. And one of them is called Let's Write a Musical, and it's about a husband and wife, and he is going through cancer treatments, and they decide to write a musical, and the play takes place in front of them as they're writing it.
That's
Oh,
about.
wow.
That's like your idea to have a podcast about going on a podcast.
Right, kind of like
It's
that,
very-
yeah. Right. And
very
then the other
similar.
one is called Moral Fixation. It's like a 1-act play about a couple and their thoughts about prostitution. And I play kind of a skank in that.
How do you remember all your lines for a play?
I have a little earpiece.
Is that true?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, I don't know how you do it.
You just got to
Just do
do it. You know, I mean,
You just
I can
do it.
remember
you
scenes
have
all the
weeks
time.
to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. And then you just got to do it. It's like, how do you remember your act? You know, when you're on stage for an hour.
But my act is my own thoughts. So if I do forget to do
Right,
a
but
joke,
you-
I'll just do a different joke.
Right, but you memorize these things,
Yeah.
you know, and you kind of have, you know, I mean, sometimes you mix things up and you add things, but you still have
I'm always
memorized.
mesmerized by it. When I see theater, I go, "Oh my!" Because I'll do
the
screen
job of the actor.
acting, and
Yeah.
I'll remember that scene because we'll do it 7 billion times.
Right.
But then I'm like, get that same anxiety again about the next scene. Like, oh, now I got to remember
Yeah.
this, and it's so
Right.
short sometimes. Sometimes it's
I
long.
know.
But you're doing a whole play. Now you're doing 2 plays at the same time.
Yeah, and completely different characters.
Yeah. How do
Like
you?
one of
how-
them looks like me, and the other one like looks like me with a hat on.
Daniel Day-Lewis over here. How do people go to that?
That's another thing. Like Daniel Day-Lewis is Lincoln. They're like, so like how do we know? Do we have like, you know, do we have home
When-
footage of Lincoln? You know, do we have movies?
When James Caviezel played the Jesus Christ,
Jesus, yeah, he was so Jesus.
it was as it was. You're like, we don't know.
Yeah, and then he goes and he plays Bobby Jones, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Maybe that.
well, that guy we saw. I
We
mean,
know
there's a
who
lot
Bobby
of footage
Jones
of that
is.
guy. Man, you ever see those Bobby Jones, like How I Play Golf?
no.
It's crazy great.
Really?
Like they were selling those for a while, like DVDs.
Now YouTube came out. You just watch it for free.
I think so. You probably can. But watch Bobby Jones like hook one around a tree.
Yeah?
You know?
Trick
watch
shots.
Watch him hit. Yeah, but I mean, also just the greatest golfer of all time.
Can
you
he
know?
teach you how to golf like that, or is it just him showing off?
Yeah. No, he teaches you.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't want to watch just someone else be great. I want to learn how to be great.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be great.
Like when I'm watching Daniel Day-Lewis, I'm like going, yeah, quit showing off.
yeah. Right. But that's
Teach
just
me.
acting. All you're doing is pretending. Acting
yeah.
is just pretending.
Kids do it all the time.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
how
saw
come
your
people?
golf swing on I think an Instagram post. Yeah.
Pretty bad, right?
You know, it doesn't kill you. Golf is all about impact. It doesn't matter what your swing
I
is.
swing out of my shoes. I just try to clobber that ball.
Yeah.
And they're like, that was really far in the woods. It was really far in the
Yeah.
woods. Sometimes it goes straight, sometimes it don't.
Yeah. Oh, that would drive me batty.
Yeah?
And I'm good.
Let's go golfing.
All right.
I'd love that.
Oh yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
If you go ahead and take the cart, that'll be what
I'm
we'll be saying.
teachable, you know?
Jeff, you go ahead and take the cart. I'll be here in the fairway.
We'll use your ball. We'll play best ball. I'll just go through balls. You teach me how to
Great, a
golf.
scramble, a
Yeah.
two-man scramble.
wrong with that?
That sounds like fun.
I'll keep dropping the ball.
Golf is such a selfish sport. Like
It
all
is.
you're trying to do is make the best score possible.
Yeah,
and, you know,
your score is my score. It's like school. I just go, no, why don't you do all the work?
Yeah.
And then at the end, when we
Yeah.
get credit, I can say,
Yeah,
look what
when we turn in the project.
I was there.
Yeah.
When we turn in the project. No, wait. How do people go to the place?
Well, we just added a show because our five shows of Let's Write a Musical were sold out.
Oh,
but
so-
it's all on Hollywood Fringe Festival.
Okay.
.org.
Nice.
Hollywood Fringe Festival. Yeah. But man, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure some of the plays are terrible, but these two are pretty good.
I wrote one 2 years ago.
Right, and I've done
Probably
them.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Right.
Yeah. Wait, why would you say it's pretty bad then?
Because it was
no,
bad.
It was probably bad. I don't know.
And sometimes it's hard to get people in.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like I did
It's like
one,
comedy.
and my heart wasn't in it, and I did one show, people didn't even show up, so I was like,
Really?
all right.
And Fringe is such an opportunity for people to do so weird stuff. Like
Yeah, but that's why it's Fringe.
Yeah.
It's Fringe.
There's like a Star Trek one that I have a friend who's in,
Yeah.
and like half of it is like puppets. Like they're in like
Well, that sounds
you know?
great. It's
Yeah,
fun.
it's
Right?
some interesting stuff.
And it might be terrible, but
Yeah.
it sounds, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like that kind of stuff. It's like comedy, like trying to get people into those things. Sometimes people just don't care
Right.
or be there. Wait,
Yeah.
so at the one you said when no one showed up,
Yeah.
what did you guys still like do like a rehearsal?
It was just me. It was a one-man show.
Oh, nice. So
It was called
just
the
so
Line
rehearse.
Bell. It was talked about.
It was
talked
all
about
crowd work.
It was talked about how honesty is not the best policy or something like that.
Oh, that's actually a good note for the people.
Yeah. I mean, but I just wasn't. I was in a bad place
Yeah.
in my life, and I just wasn't into it. But you know, I got the theater, and I thought, you know, this is a good idea, and I still think it's a good idea, and I got some good bits out of it. But wow, it's a new noise.
Oh, it's so funny.
It's like
He's like one of those snakes
my-
that's swallowing his head. It's just kind of like
a hoop snake.
Yeah, it's so weird.
You can tell people about hoop snakes and they'll believe you.
It's not real. I think it's like a drawing.
I know, but you can tell people. You ever see a hoop snake? Yeah, it puts its tail in its mouth, then it
just
rolls
keeps
downhill. That's how it gets
swallowing
around.
itself and
Yeah.
wiggles.
Yeah, no, then it rolls downhill. That's how it gets
That's
around.
probably real. I don't know.
People go, whoa, really?
Snakes are weird. Tony, got anything to plug, bud?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on. E3's coming up, so there'll be
Yes.
gaming stuff, and so you can check all that gaming stuff out at youtube.com/screenpeekers, and then just follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Tony Reavis.
Nice. I'm not sure where I'm at next week. Don't worry about it. Just
Oh, yeah,
go
and
to
I'm on
jeff.com.
Instagram too, Bill Dwyer.
Bill Dwyer. 1 L on Bill.
Yeah.
Is that birth? Is that from your birth?
No.
You changed it later.
Yeah.
It's like Mike Kaplan.
Yeah, MYK. He's probably Michael,
No, he does
right?
MYQ.
Oh, right.
And
That's
I asked
right.
him, this is a quote, I'm not being facetious. I said, why is it spelled M? Like, is that your parents did that? Are they clever people, you know? He goes, no, it's just like a gay teenager that changed it. And I'm like, all right.
All right.
I didn't know he used gay like that still, but all right. That's
Oh, I thought maybe he was gay.
no, he's not. He's heterosexual.
Oh. So we get to do that now?
I guess, yeah, you're just saying gay like that, I guess. I don't know. I laughed. I didn't know what else to do.
All right there, laddie boy.
Do you have anything you want to promote?
Goon?
Goon?
Again, he's taking mascot requests.
He's
So-
such a cute dog. Here's the thing. Was his name Goon before you got him?
No.
Because that's a good name.
Goon is a good name.
You like hockey, obviously. You know Gump Worsley.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh.
Goon is like my favorite position in hockey.
Did you ever see that movie with that movie Goon with Matthew Perry and Selma Hayek? Where
There's a movie called
I'm
Goon
sorry,
with...
that's Go On. I have a disease. I have a disease where I place spaces in words. You ever see that movie Go On with Sean?
Sean,
Patrick?
that's
He
what I
plays,
thought.
he
Sean
plays
Wayne
a
Scott?
hockey player. Yeah,
Yeah.
That movie Go On. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a disease where I.
But I conveniently only get it wrong the way, it has to get it wrong no matter which way it's spelled.
It's like when you look at TheoVaughn.com, I always think the oven.
The oven.
But it's not spelled the same way. But
In your eyes, it is. No, but The Goon is the best. Not that
Goon
movie.
is a great hockey movie.
But no, I didn't like that hockey movie. But I like the
You like
position
Matthew
of
Perry,
goons.
Selma Hayek?
Yeah, that's my
movie?
favorite
that
goon.
Okay.
But what is the movie? Slapshot. With
Yeah.
the three goons.
Yeah, you like that movie?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
With the Hanson brothers?
Yeah.
Boy, talk about, man, those guys, they're still doing the Hanson
Oh,
brothers.
yeah. You can go get their autograph and they'll all be there. They
Yeah.
don't have a lot else going on.
They travel the country as the Hanson brothers doing,
Doing Garth.
They go to minor league hockey games. They go to regular high. I mean,
They look like that lady that accused that politician of making out with her in high school. Remember that? What's the lady's name?
Christine, the one who accused Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
She kind of looked like the Hanson brothers.
No, she didn't.
Yeah,
fool. She
yeah.
did not. She did not have on black rimmed glasses and tape over the
and
middle.
The whole thing.
No.
And I remember being
I remember her hair being really long and greasy.
no,
yeah,
she
that's
was.
right.
She looked just like him. She would have been like the sister.
Absolutely
the Hanson
not.
sister.
No.
You guys, thanks for joining us again on a Knucklehead episode with Bill DWYER. Thanks for being on here, my man.
Thanks for having me.
You're coming back.
Friendship.
How about that? What an episode. Big thank you to Bill DWYER. If you want to find where Bill DWYER is going to be, if you want to get tickets to go see him at the Fringe thing with the Fringe Festival for his plays, check out that at fringefestival.org, I think he said. It's on the podcast. You can rewind. Whatever it is, look at it. Just Google Fringe Festival, Los Angeles. Next week, I don't know where I'm going to be at, but go to jeffdye.com and you can get tickets. A lot of future cities coming up that I'm excited about. If you're on Patreon, subscribed, thank you. If you're not on Patreon, go to patreon.com/JeffDye and subscribe. It's $10 a month. You get unlimited stand-up comedy club tickets and you get to watch this every single week in HD. And, that's like a $98 value, $98 a week, and you're getting it for $10 a month. We love you guys. Peace out. Big ups to all y'all. We love you.